Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Jacob Soboroff for Why Tuesday, coming to you this morning from the back of a taxi cab in New York City. Money undoubtedly plays an enormous role in the American political system. And this morning here in New York at the Harvard Club, the group called the Drum Major Institute is putting on a symposium about the concept of clean elections. That's taking big money out of the system to serve the advantage of the voters. So I'm going to go there this morning to learn, to listen, and to bring it to you guys here on Why Tuesday. Clean elections give candidates the option to qualify for full public financing of their campaigns if they meet certain criteria, including collecting a specific number of small donations from individuals. The keynote address was given by Dennis Burke, the former head of Arizona Common Cause and a longtime supporter of clean elections. Today, Arizona's governor and several other elected officials were elected using a clean election system. There are currently efforts in many states to enact clean election law, as well as on the federal level. According to the group Public Campaign, clean elections is law in 7 states and 2 cities: Arizona, Connecticut, Maine, New Jersey, New Mexico, North Carolina, Vermont, Albuquerque, New Mexico, and Portland, Oregon. After the panel, I got to spend a minute with Burke and some of his other panelists to talk about where election reform and clean elections overlap. Campaign finance reform and clean elections, can you separate that from election reform more generally, or is everything interlinked?
There's a lot of ways to reform the system. Basically, power finds its way to money, and money finds its way to power, and the people are constantly putting little baffles between the rat and the cheese. And nothing lasts forever. No reform lasts forever. And this is our latest attempt to slow down the rat a little bit so that people have a chance. But there's a lot of different ways to reform the system. Clean elections is a very important one, but redistricting reform is a very important one. Some states have term limitations that can be important in some areas. It's a whole palette of things that you have to do to keep the human scale in politics and make sure that the people still have a chance. Otherwise, and it's always been the case, you know, for as far back in history as you want to go, power will take over the system if you let it.
A lot of it has to do with making the connection between how campaign money comes in, how laws are voted on, and why campaign finance reform actually impacts people's lives.
It's one step to get elected to local office, which, you know, we do have communities and we do have elected officials from communities of color. It's another thing if they decide that they want to run for mayor or governor or United States senator or here in New York, you know, in the boroughs. And that requires an understanding that once you get outside of your very parochial district, then money is the name of the game. And if you don't know it, and if you're not familiar with it, then you're going to be destined to lose and not be a credible candidate. And so that means that you can't even effectively run for races beyond a very local level.
All right, we're heading out. Tune in next week. WhyTuesday.org.